What is going on there, guys? Kempy here and welcome back today to the channel for the start of Season 4. Sadly, we are still in League 1. If you did not see the last episode, make sure to go and give that a watch. It was an absolute roller coaster of emotions. So go and watch that. Go and watch the season recap as well, because that also has the end of season preview in it. So you can see all of that. I think it's literally 4 or 5 minutes long. And if I remember, it will be linked up there. So go watch that and come back to me so we can go through the transfer window today. And I'm very excited. And it's going to be a big transfer window as well. I've gone all the way to the 9th of June. So we're already at the point of the transfer window opening. And I've got to say, this is 2 days after the catastrophic events of the last episode. And as that last episode finished, I was a bit angry. And I will say, I don't think I made any mistakes, but we had a clear out. And from the tactics screen, this is what I'm happy with. I like the fact I've got Bernard, Baconson and Paul Mullin. The rest of them, backup players, or they're gone. And to talk about who's gone, let's go to the inbox and show you who has been sold. Ramirani Ryan is gone. £300,000. We signed him for free from Arsenal. He came in, had a decent season last year on a 6.9 on average rating, 3 goals, 4 assists, but was outshone by Josh Nerfield, who is a 2.5 star right midfielder who gets like 12 assists a season. And the fact that he wasn't outperforming him and he was on about £1,000 a week, we got an offer of £300,000 from Reading. And you know what? That was too good to turn down. So Ramirani Ryan ended up leaving the club. Jordan McGeehee, he came in last season and ended up being a backup halfway through. He played 32 games for us on a 7 rating. Again, signed for free and sold for £100,000. So I was happy to sell Jordan McGeehee as well. He was a good player, but you know what? £100,000 for someone who was going to be a backup, and I'm going to try and keep Aaron Hayden at the club. He had to go. The next one, Johnny Smith, and I am outstanding the fact we got £500,000 for this man. He was the exact same pretty much as Jordan Davies last year, if not worse. If we look at Jordan Davies, his average rating last year, he was on a 7.04, 7 assists and 2 goals. Johnny Smith, 6.96, 7 assists and 1 goal. So very similar. We got him for 3, sold him for 500k up to Queen's Park in Scotland. So we are making some serious money so far. We've made already £900,000. And then we've sold Bryce Hosanna as well, has left the club. Obviously an OG from the start of the days, but he's gone for £40,000 to Huddersfield. He was on quite a bit of money. I think he was on like £3,500. So Bryce Hosanna has gone and cleared some wage budget off the books. Simply just not good enough anymore. And Taylor Ferran, another free contract from a few years ago. Didn't play at all hardly last season. 11 games only. 5 of them starting, 6 off the bench, 7 in the cup. Sold for £180,000 to Chesterfield. So another good sale, I think. And we've actually got rid of a few players that I would consider not to be good enough anymore. And that was all in anger of how it all went in the last episode. In terms of anyone else leaving, Caden Wilson has got an offer. We brought him in for free from Chelsea. And there's a transfer for him at the moment of £425,000 from Stoke and Sunderland. Don't get me wrong, Caden's a good player. He's a very quick centre-back, but I don't think he's ever going to be good enough for us. And if we can get £400,000 for him, I'm 100% happy with that. Josh Robinson, there's been a few bids of around £100,000. Again, could be leaving. Sam Murray's already going. Matt Craig, I'm trying to get out on loan. I do like Matt, so I'd like to keep him around the club. Jimmy Gow is leaving on the free contract, and Andrew Jones is going out on loan again. The signing we have made is Billy Lloyd. Now, this is more of a future signing. He was the only player that I signed from the releases from the top clubs when that come through. He just looks like a very good all-round centre mid. Obviously, great determination, great natural fitness. He's level-headed, he's determined, and I'm hoping he can be very good. He has got the slightly inconsistent trait on his report, but there's nothing about injury prone, there's nothing about big matches. I think he's going to be really good. I think he's going to be someone that goes into the under-21s this season and hopefully just shows how much he can grow. And then transfers-wise, other than that, I have done nothing so far other than trying to get Nathan Ferguson in. He was on trial for a week. I do like the look of him a lot. The only thing I really don't like is the injury proneness. But we haven't got a right back as of yet in the squad that I do like. So I'm thinking we sign Nathan Ferguson and get someone as well who is maybe a little bit younger that we can build up. And Nathan, if he does get injured, we've got someone that I'm happy to bring in. He is a leading League One quality signing. Could be a good championship player. In real life, I think he's really good for Crystal Palace. So he is someone that I'm hopefully going to be bringing in. He should be coming in on another trial. And other than that, I'm pretty sure I'm just going to go now to the 1st of July and try and get some boys on the free transfer. Wage-wise, we've now got 14,000 and 1.1 million. So we've actually got a fair bit of money as well. So I'll be looking, seeing what we can use from them. I'll be talking to the Director of Football and getting scouts in. But pretty much, I reckon the next time you guys see me will be the 1st of July. And I don't imagine I'd have done too much. So let me go have some fun, a couple of weeks of simming through and see if we can find any absolute bargains. Just before I do fly forward into the future and have a look at the 1st of July, I just want to stop here and thank you guys so much for the support on Season 3. I'm aware we are now getting into a deep save. We're now Season 4 and it's 2025-26. And these can sometimes be hard to stick with. But I actually think last season you guys enjoyed it the most. The interaction was absolutely top and I thank you so much. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, subscribe because we're not stopping here. We're going to the Champions League. So if you're in it for the long haul, strap up. Let's have a little go and see what we can do with Wrexham this summer and hopefully take a step and get us promoted into the Championship. But yeah, just a quick thank you from myself and hopefully we can absolutely smash this season. By the looks of things, I'm quite the manager. Brighton and Watford have both just offered me a job interview. Both of them relegated from the Premier League. I mean, I would love to manage some of these players. They all look fantastic. And compared to what it looks like I'm going to be working with next season, I think these would be realistic moves. Obviously, I'm not going to do it because we're going to get Wrexham to the Champions League. But again, the guy, I've spoken to someone in the comments basically about going to sim forward from the Norwich contract that we were offered last season. I think both of these, again, would be very good moves for us. I mean, they've still got João Pedro, and I would love to manage João Pedro. Does he want to come to Wrexham? Does he? No, he doesn't. Not surprised. He's worth 54 million and he's wanted by everyone under the sun. But yeah, it's good to know that we are wanted. There's been a few things happen since you were gone. I was going to bring you back in the future, but I'm not going to do that. In terms of who's left the club, Scott Thomas, you have gone out on loan at Rochdale, who last season come 8th in League 2. So you're only one league below us. You're an important first team player. And I think it's a really good place for you to go and grow. And I think it's going to be really good for Scott to go out there and get some good minutes in League 2. And maybe next season, regardless of where we are, he could be a very good option for us. With that composure, finishing, if he can get that pace up a little bit and just get that in-match consistency up, I think Scott will be really, really good for us. Someone else that has left the club, Caden Wilson, has gone now for 425 grand. No idea how we've swangled that through, but we have. And Nathan Ferguson has joined the club on 4 grand a week, which is a fair old whack, but he is an absolutely quality right back. He is 3.5 stars and is by far the best right back at the club. Not too bad at crossing, not too bad at dribbling, but his defensive work is fantastic. And I'm really glad we've got him in. He can play all the way across the back three as well. So he is going to be someone, as long as he can stay fit, will be brilliant for us next season. In terms of people coming in, we have got a guy called Stephen Walsh, who again looks fantastic as centre back. We've offered him a contract. Other clubs interested is Blackpool, and I think Hearts are interested just when I offered the contract. He's a consistent player, and if I compare him to Deshaun Bernard, who obviously is the upper end of the centre-backs we should be looking at, he is just as good, if not better, just a tiny bit slower. So the fact that we could get a Stephen Walsh in, who's even a tiny bit taller as well, next to Deshaun Bernard, 24 years old, 25 years old, the pair of them, they could be here for the next 5 years. They could literally be here until we go up into the Premier League. I think they're that good of a partnership. If we can get him in, that would be absolutely top. And another player, Noah Carroll, he'd be a backup centre mid for us for Tariq Baconson, and I was potentially pushing him. I mean, he looks fantastic. Again, everyone under the sun wants him, but we're the only club to offer currently. We offered him a 3-year deal, so hopefully a bit of security for him, and about 800 quid a week. A guy who's being released from Hull, I believe it is. He was on loan at Oldham last year. Didn't have a great season, but you know, I think he could come in for us and do a really good job as a backup centre midfielder. If we just compare him to Tariq Baconson, he is obviously slightly worse, but given the fact that he's 18 years old, he's 8 years his younger, just someone like that to mentor him could be fantastic. I think as a backup, he could be really, really good. That is all we're doing so far. We're going through scouting. I've got some bits up just to look for players that could be first team quality, but I've not found anyone jump out at me just yet. I'm still aware that hopefully by the time we get to the 1st of July, we can pick up some more bargains on a free contract, and then players we need to sign with money, we can sign with money. Obviously, there's a lot of players we need to be getting. We need really a new goalkeeper, one more centre back, hopefully that's Walsh, a left back, right mid, centre mid, left mid, and a brand new striker to partner Paul Mullin. So there's a lot of players hopefully to come in this season. It's going to be a season of transition. I hope you guys are happy with that, but I'm going to obviously that's what we're doing. I'm declining the 2 interviews with the job offers, and I mean it shows how big we are as a manager. But I believe our reputation is actually 3-star, and from my experience of doing journeymans, etc., we could then get a 4-star job. So a team like, Newcastle might be 4.5-star now, but a team like Newcastle, if we can click them and somehow find the reputation, I don't know where that is. Oh, there, 4-star. So in my experience of playing FM, I could be able to get a Newcastle job, something like that, a team finishing 6th in the Premier League. If I was to apply for it, I think I'd get an interview at someone like that. So, I'm not going anywhere, but it shows the development we have had as a manager, which is really good to see. Our record is fantastic as well. 67% win percentage, 173 games, 116 wins, 25 drawn, 32 lost, 351 goals for 170 against, with 180 goal difference. So we're quite the guy in terms of management. You can see why teams are coming after us, but I'm happy here at Wrexham, and I imagine I'm going to be here for a long old time. We have now officially ticked over into the next season, which is rather exciting because now we know where the press are expecting us to come. In terms of outgoings, Matt Penny has left the club on a loan contract. They're paying 80% of his wages. So it's good to get that off the books because he's on £3,200 a week and was an absolute shocking signing. So it's good that he's gone, and you can see Stephen Welsh is in the club. I think I showed you that last time. I definitely did. The reason I brought you back, Aubameyang's retired. He's the director of football. He's unemployed. He's not very good. I'm not going to bring him back. But thank you, Aubameyang, for your 6 goals and 2 assists. You were very, very good. And I'm glad we actually signed him because he was very good for the channel, I think, as well, if I'm honest. I really liked having Aubameyang, and he was very good. Josh Robinson, I don't think I'm going to be renewing his contract. He is obviously wanted by Birmingham, and he's not been too impressive out on loan. He's hardly played any games for Fylde. He didn't play many at Port Vale either. So he will be leaving the club on a free contract. There is something else that's happened as well. We have had an offer accepted for Tayshaun Oakley-Booth, someone who I like very, very much on FM, and I have done for years and years. Since he was a youngster at Spurs, I know I've had this guy probably since pretty much 2016-17. So it's good to try and get Tayshaun in. He is going to be a great partner, I think, for Tyreek Baconson. If we compare the two of them together, they are quite similar. Tayshaun just has slightly better mentals and speed, and then defensively, Tyreek is slightly better. So I think as a pair, they would be fantastic together. And in that midfield, I would move Tayshaun to left centre mid and have the two of them sit in, one as a box-to-box, which would be this man, Tyreek, and a deep line playmaker on support with Oakley-Booth. He's definitely got the ability to do that, and I think for £350,000, it is staggered as £110,000 up front, 250 over the next 3 years, so the never, as we do like to call it. So yeah, Tayshaun hopefully is going to come in. He's agreed a contract for about £3,500 a week, and the team is starting to take shape. We still need a goalkeeper, a left back, 2 wingers and a striker till I'm happy with the first team. In terms of people coming up from the under-18s and under-21s, I don't think many players will. I'm saying now that I think one day both, Christopher Lewis, he is impressing a lot. He is looking really good. So he is someone that could move up into the first team in not too long. He's been training as a striker as well. So in terms of a backup, he could be someone that does make a step this year. Obviously, Scott Thomas out on loan. Christopher Lewis still just a tiny bit too young to go out. He might go out because he'll turn 17. So you might be able to ship him out on loan. If not, I think he will get a few games this season. And Phil Hamish as well has done very, very well. You can see he's got up and down stats, but if you actually look at the development and the progress of his attributes, it's very similar. From the start to where he is now, he's just a bit higher. So Phil Hamish is also doing very well and progressing well as a right back, someone else that might get a few games this season. We want to see if them injuries are going to keep hampering him. He's not going to go out on loan unless we can get him out in a National League club in October. But Phil Hamish is someone that is going to be in and around the under-21s this year and could potentially leave the club. In terms of where the media are projecting us to finish, the media are saying 7th, and there's a lot of transfers to come in between now and then, so I think we can improve that as well. And in terms of the season preview, we predicted 11th, so just outside the playoffs for both. There is a lot of players to still come in, but then again, there's a lot of players to leave as well, like Joe Bellingham. So we'll have to see what is going to be going down in terms of the season preview. Once we hit the 1st of July, we can see if there's any players that are jumping at us to try and sign. In terms of players leaving, no one is now leaving in this team until the end of next year minimum. So we're all good in terms of our 11. Let's just hope we can make a few more signings on this 1st of July day. Obviously, there's a couple of players coming in as well. So it will be strengthening. We'll also be weakening. It'll be interesting to see how the squad matches up when we get to that first game of the season, which is going to be away against Fleetwood. So that's when you guys will come back tomorrow. And then we've also got the Carabao Cup away at Bolton. So 2 exciting games for, I say tomorrow. It's probably going to be Wednesday, as there might be a video on Tuesday. I'm not quite there yet. I'm honest, I'm recording this on the Friday. So I'm not quite there yet. But yeah, hopefully should be a good couple of days. Josh Robertson is gone. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into the 1st of July. I've been saying that for the last 2 hours. One final interruption then. Ollie Palmer has left the club. It was a difficult decision to make, but he was on nearly £6,000 a week, and you can see he's simply just not good enough anymore. But Ollie, you've been an absolute club legend. I actually reckon he might even be listed as a club icon. That is somewhere down here, I believe. Where is it? It's on the... Oh, where is it? Oh, I can't find it. Oh, we'll never know. Oh, it's down here. Favoured personnel. Me and Ollie Palmer are on the same level. So that's interesting to see. I'm pretty sure I've seen Paul Mullin. Yeah, he's a club legend, is Paul Mullin. I'm not surprised by that in the slightest. He was a little bit angry at the fact that I let Camerani Ryan go, but I've convinced him it's all good. Tayshaun Bukley has officially joined the club as well, which is fantastic. £350,000, like I said, 100k up front, the rest on the Never Never. Very, very consistent performer. He's good enough to be potentially a championship level player, so I think it's a great signing, getting Tayshaun into the club. But yeah, let's go forward just one more day. We're nearly there. It's the 1st of July. We've finally made it. And Noah Carroll is officially a Wrexham player. Here he is. He is in the Wrexham team. He's on £700,000 a week. You can see he's a 2.5 star potential player now. Potential to go 5-star. We need to just get that consistency right. If we compare him to our brand new shining Tayshaun Oakley boot, you can see he's actually a very good player for 18 years of age. He's going to be a fantastic backup in this first team, and I think he's going to get a hell of a lot of minutes. If there's going to be any injuries, he's going to be the first man to enter the midfield over Thomas O'Connor for us. So Noah, welcome to the club. It is the 1st of July. Sam Murray's left, and so has Jimmy Gower. What else has gone on? We are just here. We've got £5 million in the bank, and thankfully a lot of that is down to the sales we have made and also to the chairman putting in a fair old whack of money. Josh Robertson has left the club. One thing I also haven't addressed, Liam Shaw, we did try and get him in, but he sadly rejected us to go to Millwall on a free contract, so that was a little bit gutting, but it is what it is. We move. Obviously, we've just bashed our record transfer fee on Tayshaun Oakley boots. Carlisle are interested in Tierney and Northampton in Ferazaj. Now, I would like these two ideally to leave actual transfers because I don't really want them in and around anymore, but if they can pay all their wages, I'm happy for them to go out on loan for another year and just see what they can do for both of them. They might go away and absolutely smash the leagues they go into, so it's worth just seeing. We'll just do that and that. They are both going out on loan, but today is the day full of fun. I'm waiting for the email to come through about Premier League clubs have released their players and we go and sign Harry Kane or something wild like that. Here we are. Right, Manuel Lanzini has been gone. Alexandra Harvey-Vale. Now that could be a signing. That could be an unbelievable signing. Rangers have got in for him. He is happy to... Right. Harvey-Vale. Ooh! Maybe not. £18,000 a week. Okay, maybe not. Or for him 10, I would genuinely pay him £10,000 a week. Oh, come on, Harvey. 4-year deal. Mate, this could be an unbelievable signing if we somehow pull this off. You can have more money. Have all the money. Do all the things. And if we don't get promoted, you can leave for 5 million. Hello? I'm telling you now, this would be an outrageous signing. Harvey Vale would go straight in the team up front. I'm going to leave it at that. I will pay him £10,000 a week. Happily, that's £4,000 more than Ollie Palmer. Let's just forget that ever happened. We'll move on and we'll try and get someone else, but that could be an outrageous signing. Manuel Lanzini, probably not going to be going for him, but interesting that he's been released. Who else has been? Let's just view the players. Let's go into the Premier League if we can and just have a little look at who has been released. I always like doing this, just seeing transfers and released players. Right, anyone Florent Balogun's been released. Wow. Okay, there could be some players here that we do definitely go for. There could be some massive names. I'm going to go through this whole list and just see if there's anyone else that jumps out at us. This could be very fun. We could solve a lot of issues with some of these boys that have come in on trial. Starting off with probably the best one. Jude Sunset-Bell, released from Chelsea, was on loan in the Championship last year with Rotherham. 24 games, 5 goals. Didn't have a great season, but this man looks fantastic. And I actually just compared him to Paul Mullin. And it's a little bit crazy that he's better than Paul Mullin. He is much better than Paul Mullin and would be a fantastic sign at 21 years of age. I'm also scouting Harvey Vale still, so I'm going to see how they compare to each other. If this guy's very similar, and he's, happy money-wise to be on a little bit less, but looks of it, about £7,000. Yeah, we'll be getting Jude in. Toby Collier, someone in real life with a hell of a lot of potential. He's only showing right now as 2.5 to 3.5 star potential, but that is Championship level, it's saying. He's got 20 determination. I know this kid is very, very special, so I'm just keeping him there for now. He might not get signed up. Matthias Bogus, someone who was fantastic for Leeds. I believe a couple of years ago he broke into the team. Did he ever play for him? I don't know why I know the name so well. Maybe it's Nick 2018 actually. He had a few years over in Ibiza and done fairly well. He's been at Leeds the last 3 years and not got much of a look in. Again, both 3-star, nearly 5.5 star potential, and is a fantastic player. 19 caps for Poland under 21s. He could be someone we look to bring in. Sidlan Karajan from Romania. Very, very consistent, likes big matches, nothing to do with injuries. He was on loan last year in the Championship. In fact, he's had 2 years on loan in the Championship with Sheffield Wednesday and Ipswich. And a very good player at that, a centre mid. Again, 3 caps for Romania. Ismaila Koulibaly was released from Sheffield Wednesday. Sheffield United. Oh my God. Sheffield United. That's not a mistake you want to be making. He looks okay. I'm not sure if he's someone I'll be going for, but he looks decent and he can play up front and centre midfield. So depending on where our scouts put him, he might be coming in. The goalkeeper issue could be sorted if he would get a work permit. Christopher Clayson looks fantastic. He is 189 centimetres tall, so about 6'3". The other person we're looking at is Matty Kovar. He doesn't like big matches at all, but Matty Kovar looks fantastic, and we actually compare him and Clayson. Oh, Clayson's not got full stats, has he? If we compare him and Ben Wilson, wherever he is pretty much the same as Ben Wilson. That actually surprised me. Ben Wilson's a great goalkeeper. But Christopher Clayson would be the man. Morgan Whittaker has been released. I'm not sure why. He played 42 games last year for Swansea. Got released. Fantastic striker for this level. He might be someone we just go for regardless because he looks fantastic. It might be a case where we get him and maybe June at Bell or Harvey Vale, and they sort of rotate while Paul Mullin obviously stays in the team. Fabio Tavares looks like a striker with a lot of pace, decent finishing and composure. If we don't sign anyone else, he looks like a decent option. Brian Thomas Asante, the same, needs a bit more scouting, but he looks decent. Someone I like a hell of a lot in real life, Sammy Smodics, being from Colchester, played a lot of games there, was a bit of an absolute legend. Signed for Peterborough for £1 million, then moved to Blackburn for £1.8 million. In this save, things have not gone so well for young Sammy. 29 years of age now, but again, hell of a player, very consistent, loves a big match. So we'll see what his report comes out like. Charlie Savage, as a Welshman in the game, and obviously as me as a Manchester United fan, I might get Charlie in just for the fun of it. We'll see. He's not great at this level, I'm going to be honest. Ryan Ledson, what a throwback, by the way, Ryan Letton is. It is crazy the fact this kid's now 27 years old. I definitely signed him on like FM12, 13, 14 when he was at Everton, being the best player in the world as he was tipped to be back then. But Ryan Letton looks like a fantastic centre midfielder. In terms of we compare him to Thomas O'Connor, he's going to be a little bit better than him. Yeah, he is better than him. I'm not surprised at that in the slightest. Money-wise, I'll be interested to see what he would like, but he's someone that we could get in. And last off, I believe this guy, who is this guy cousin of? Is he cousin of Lukaku? I can't remember who he's cousin of. Aralea Iseka is definitely cousin of someone very, very famous. I'm going to have to look that up after this. But fantastic finishing. He was released last season from Barnsley, where he didn't play a lot of football, but a very good striker and definitely someone that could do a job. And again, it's someone we've got in just to see if we don't get Harvey Vale or Judson at Bell, someone we might be getting in. I'm going to go have a look who's the cousin of, because that's going to really, really bug me. Or is it Batshuayi? I'm going to have a look at that. Hang on. It was Michy Batshuayi. I knew it was a Belgian striker. I was right the second time. I've got absolutely no idea how we've managed to swangle £250,000 for Justin Ferrazad, who, to be honest, has not developed in the way I hoped he had at all. We signed him for free from Shamrock Rovers. He was bang average everywhere he's been. And we got £250,000 for him, so top notch. This could be the start of a little bit of heartbreak. Judson St Bell has gone to Middlesbrough and he's on £16,500 a week. I mean, Harvey Vale isn't, gone out of the water yet, but he has offers from Rangers and Cardiff. And if teams like Middlesbrough are offering Sunset Bell that sort of money, I imagine Harvey's going to get offered the same. So we might have to just lower our expectations a tiny bit. I thought we were on to an absolute winner with Jude, but sadly not. Harvey Vale got offered £30,000 a week to go and play for Cardiff. So he's gone there, I think. So, yeah. Sorry if the camera's moving. The cat's hit that. Classic cat, of course. The players we are going for. I've seen a few boys on the transfer, released from their contracts. David Deakin looks very good. He was released from Liverpool. Correct, it was Liverpool. He looks like a very good centre-back or centre midfielder. I'd have to sort of look into training him, but it come up. He wants like £300 a week, so I just went for it. Because why not? And this guy looks fantastic. Freddie Saunders, he was released from Chelsea. I didn't recognise the name, hence why he didn't come up earlier on the trialist list, but he looks brilliant. He could potentially do a job up front with that composure. Finishing's not great, but he could definitely do a job there, or in centre mid. So he's going to be someone again about £300 a week. Sign him, get him in the 21s, and develop him. Sam Mather is someone that I'm looking to break the bank for. Someone I really like in real life. We've offered £525,000. Again, 150k on the never. 150k up front, the rest of the never. West Brom have got him with 200k, and that's not going to get accepted. I tried it for a long old time, trust me. But yeah, Sam looks great. He's a quicker version of Jordan Davies, pretty much. He can play with either feet, so he can do a job in midfield as well. Can do a job up top, can do a job if we go higher up. And where is Jordan Davies? Because I compared them, and he's just a better version. He's better, little bit worse at defending, but he's better physically, he's quicker, he's much better vision-wise. Attacking's fairly similar. Technically, he's much, much better. Aerially's better, and mentally they are very similar. And Sam is just 20 years of age, someone that I would like to get in. And because of how things have been going recently, we've offered a contract to Morgan Whittaker, and so have Barnsley, and they're in the Championship. So we might not even get Morgan Whittaker, which is why we got so many players in on trial up front, because I didn't think we'd get many of them. So it's proven to be rather difficult. So yeah, I'm going to keep going, keep trying to get these players signed. I'm also on the lookout for anything further. I mean, look how good Harvey Vale was. Just out of interest, comparing him to Judson St Bell, is it even close? Because I think Jude was fantastic. I think Jude's a bit broken, but he's better physically, he's quicker, he's better attacking. I think Jude is actually the much better player, and probably who I would have gone for, but he's worth £25 million, so there's a reason we didn't get him. A little bit gutted about that, but we move. We have to find players that are more interested in coming to Wrexham than going to earn 30 grand at Cardiff, so wish me luck. A few more deals have gone through. David Deakin has signed for the club and he's got that fantastic potential. So he's going to go into the 21s. You might never see him, but hopefully you do. And he makes a little bit of himself. He's a big old boy, being 199 centimetres. So he could be a danger in the box with that 16 jump and reach. If we can improve that head into 11 or 12, he could be dangerous. Corey Reynolds, you aggressive little man. You've gone on loan to Altrincham. Hopefully you maybe lose that little bit of aggression, because you're very aggressive and you love to get cards. So hopefully hopefully you go out there and just relax a little bit. We didn't get Freddie Saunders, which is a bit gutting because he looks fantastic. He's gone to Hull, and Hull, I believe, are in the Championship. They're in League One. Why did you go to them? So, yep, he has gone to Hull. Players just aren't joining. We just beat Lex 14-0. Why wouldn't you join me? We're a great side. Also, Paul Mullin is injured again for 4 weeks. He's got a groin strain, so he might miss the start of the season. I'm a bit worried that his injuries are going to become a bit of a thing for Paul Mullin. Obviously, he had a big hip injury at the end of last season. He recovered from that, and then he's got injured again. So, yeah, not great. Mark Jones looks he's going to go out on loan. He's actually been quite good for us in the youth academy, so hopefully he can go away and get a bit of experience playing men's football full time. But I'm baffled as to what is going on, and I think I'm going to have to leave it for today for me and carry this on in the morning. I mean, you guys, it'll be, a click of a finger. For me, it'll be probably 15 hours and time to reset my brain, because I've looked through lists and lists and lists and lists and lists of people, and I'm just not having much luck in the slightest. But yeah, we'll see what goes on. I'm going to give it another 5-10 minutes, see if anything does come in. Hopefully we manage to sign Morgan Whittaker at the very minimum. That's what I'm trying to get through, Whittaker or Mather, if either of them can come in. Sam Mather's had offers from Barnsley as well in the Championship, who are just constantly trying to ruin my life since obviously beating us in the... they're the team that beat us in the final as well. That's not even come into my mind. So yeah, it's been an absolute nightmare. We're trying to get things over the line, but it is becoming rather difficult. I really need to look at the squad as well and just see what we need, because it is apparent to me that we need a hell of a lot of players, and we aren't signing many as it stands. So yeah, maybe back to the drawing board. Yeah, we're going to pick this up in the morning, I think. I'm absolutely drained. Morgan Whittaker, he's gone to Barnsley. They really are the bane of my life. Steve Cooper, me and you are not friends, old pal. I'm going to go have a sleep and see if we can pick this up tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow's a better day for me, eh? It's a brand new day for me, and much of the same disappointment. Well, I say that, it looks like we are going to finally get a striker, and I actually think he might be one of the best options we are going to get. That is going to be Sammy Smodics, but I'm going to go through that in a minute. Sam Mather has joined Barnsley, and Barnsley are officially my rivals. I hate them with every bone and every atom in my body. They have stolen so many players from us. I actually want to see who they have signed, because we went for Whittaker, went for Mather. They signed Justin off us for 250k, so to be fair, thank you for that. But yeah, 2 signings, but 2 people that we really, really wanted have both chosen Barnsley. Aaron Vaughan is going out on loan to Tamworth as well. He's progressing fairly well. He's very inconsistent, which I just don't like. So hopefully he can get him out on loan. And if he can come back with anywhere near that sort of transfer value and we can sell him, I would be doing that indeed. Leia Aseka's move is delayed due to a work permit. I'm unsure on what I'm going to do with him, because I do not like the fact that he hates big matches whatsoever. And he's from Barnsley. Maybe. We'll see. But the signing we are making is someone that I actually really, really think is going to fit into this team very well. If you look at the stats for a pressing forward on attack, Sammy fits it perfectly. He is brilliant for this level, exactly that. He's not, a natural born goal scorer, but he's got 12 finishing and 12 composure. He's very quick. He's got great work rate, determination, teamwork and ability, off the ball ability. Everything like that I think is absolutely perfect. Last year when he played at Reading, 27 games in the Championship, didn't score a goal but got an assist. I think for us this season, alongside Paul Mullin, we can change that around. He's had a season at Peterborough where he scored 15 goals. I remember this season personally when he was at Colchester, scoring 14 goals. It's a local club of mine. So to bring Sammy to the club, I like a hell of a lot. And welcome Sammy Smodics. He's going to be the man alongside Paul Mullin. So that is finally a signing over the line, and one that I'm very, very happy with. I am aware this video is getting very, very long. I edited everything of last night after I had a paddy and stormed off. I realise I'm about half hour in already. I'm going to try and keep it under 40-45 minutes. Hopefully you're okay with that. But, transfer specials are meant to be long and fun. And that's exactly what they are. So, yeah, let's go ahead and see who else we can sign. With the signing of Sammy Smodics, I am going to reject the fact that the work permit was rejected. I'm not too angry about with the fact that Aaron Leia Aseka is not going to be joining the club. I think we can get someone a little bit younger with more potential now. We've got Mipo de Bueco, Sammy Smodics and Paul Mullins. So now I'm going to look for sort of a young player that can fill that fourth striker role. Someone almost like Scott Thomas that I don't mind not giving the game time to. Whereas Scott Thomas, I want to go out there and get the game time. Hopefully I can bring in someone like that who I'm not too fussy as he's angry. Right, Matty Kovar's application has been rejected, but I'm going to appeal that because I think he will get one. He's been in England for a very long time, so I'm hopeful he could get one. A signing we have made that I've not even spoken to you guys about yet is Jack McKenzie. He's a left-back from Dundee United. He was transfer listed for £50,000. There's nothing I don't like about him in the slightest. Great determination, decent defensively as well. If we put him as that full-back and support, which is what we like him to do, he's great at it. And for £40,000, I do not see an issue in the slightest with Jack McKenzie coming in. Him and Harry Milne are going to be two very good players together. So yeah, I think as a sort of rotational left back between the two, he is going to be brilliant. And we should find out Matty on the 21st of July. Okay, well, both goalkeepers we wanted have both had both applications rejected. Matty Kovar is still happy to join, but I do not want you spending, $3,000 a week on someone that can't even play for me. So back to the drawing board for goalkeepers, which is gutting. I have remembered that I can sort of talk to my director of football, and it turns out he's actually got some very, very good ideas. So you guys will see them as they happen. But yeah, back to the drawing board. Let's look for a keeper again. Toby Collier has also joined the club. He's been going into the under-21s team. He's on a £400 a week. I think just with his very good determination, and he's just a very level-headed player. I think he's actually going to be really, really good for us. Hopefully he can either be a mentor in the under-21s for all the youngsters in there, or he can break into the first team. In real life, I think he won like some best English under-18s. Or no, he was England under-18s captain or under-16s captain. So this kid is special. We just got to find that talent and hopefully he can reach that potential. But yeah, I think he's a good signing for £400 a week. And if anything, he could be a very, very good mentor. And what a signing that is. If you've watched The Hood Gaming, you've seen that Ethan Laidlaw in his Hibernian rebuild was an absolute god. He's come in on loan for literally, £375. So yeah, Ethan Laidlaw in on loan. He hasn't played much football outside of, since the start of the game. But as our fourth striker, I think he is a top option when it comes to see if Munning gets injured or if we're looking for more of a poacher in the box or someone again with that behind breaking pace. I think Ethan could be that man, and we've seen the potential he's got from YouTube already, and he's potentially Premier League standard player. In the Hoods, when he played in the Champions League, for Christ's sake. So as a fourth striker, I think Ethan is a top player. He's going to get some games this year, and yeah, very, very happy with that one. We have got another loan signing. It is Adam Devine from Rangers. He was on loan at Rotherham last year and played 21 games in the Championship, a lot of them from the bench. But as a backup right back, I feel like he's going to be very, very good. In terms of when Nathan Ferguson gets injured, we've got someone that we are happy to bring in. He's got a fantastic personality. He's very determined. He's very quick. And he's not too bad at the old defensive work as well. The only issue we are really having, you can see, is left mids and right mids. I just cannot find any. I have scoured far and wide for left midfielders and right midfielders that could do a job for us, and I cannot find anyone. The scouts are bringing back, not a lot, if anything. So it's getting a little bit difficult, and I'm really pondering changing formation to the diamond. But I like the fact that we play with these. I don't know. I like 4-4-2. I like the fact it's done so well for us, and I just don't feel it's right to change from that. So I think for now I'm not going to be changing from it. I'm just struggling to find right and left midfielders a lot. It might be that we look for wingers like this, possibly, and we maybe go a bit more attacking, but I don't like it because we've already changed from a ball in midfielder to a box-to-box. I feel like that would just leave us very, very open. So we'd have to see. But I am looking for wingers. That's the one position right now that I'm really struggling with. Goalkeeper-wise, I think we've found our man. Ed McGinty looks fantastic. £200,000 is all St Johnstone want for him. He's got 3 caps for Scotland. And yeah, very, very good goalkeeper. So he is who I think I'm going to be bringing in goal. And he should be replacing Ben Wilson. And then it's literally just right mid and left mid. Everything else we have obviously got Josh Nerfield and Jordan Davies who can do a job. But I want them to be the backups. I want to find players that are better than them. And all I'm finding at the moment is young players on loan, which have got half the stats of them that are just going to be backups and get a few games. So yeah, I'm struggling, and But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what goes on. I've still got another, we've got about a week and a bit, literally a week and a half till that first game of the season. So I need to find them now. I mean, you can see straight away as soon as we make this sort of looking at the wide midfielders as wingers, we do find a lot of new players on the wingers list straight away. There'll be a hell of a lot more here as well that I think maybe are more appealing to us. Maybe we drop Smodics into that cam role. I mean, he's as competent there as he is anywhere else. And we have him just as a bit of a dog in there. I can make him a bit like a pressing forward from there and leave Mullen up top on his own. Get these two still as wingers. And I don't know, we'd have to drop one of these a little bit deeper. But maybe this is an option. If we cannot find left mids and right mids and we do go for this, rather than having the two up front as well as then two attacking wingers and two not defensive midfielders, maybe we just drop a cam in rather than a striker and drop one of these back. Maybe do that and see if that does anything for us. That is an option and something I am going to look at actually. We'll have a look if we can find any left wings and right wings rather than left mids and right mids. And we have a brand new goalkeeper. Oh, that's spoiled, isn't it? Ooh, there's a little surprise there as well. We have got Ed McGinty coming in on a full transfer. He is a little bit better than Ben Wilson. 25 years old, so he's 7 years his elder. Much better, younger even. Much better at shot stopping, same distribution. Better aerially, less at transitivity, but I don't mind that at all. Better communication, mental speed, and just a little bit less physical. He is only 6 foot, which worries me slightly, but Ben Wilson was only 6'1". I think he's a fantastic goalkeeper, and he's not even the best signing. Job is back. I don't know where he's going to play, but I couldn't not. Job's back. He's back. £4,000 a week. Doesn't matter where, why, how, he's here, alright? Job Bellingham returns to Wrexham. I'll sort it out. Sammy Smodics might drop to the bench straight away. The 4-2-3-1 could be on with Job in that spot in cam. He was obviously buzzing to come back. He looks fantastic and we know how good he is. Last season for us, a 6.95, 9 assists in centre midfield. So he might get a go in the cam spot today. I'm not too sure. I'm going to have a little play around and see what we're going to do. It might even be that we drop into this, possibly, and play the centre mid on attack. And that is where Job would go, wherever he is. There. It's possible. Something like that happens. I'm undecided. I'm going to keep looking and figure out how we're going to get this system going. But I like that a lot. And I think Sammy is still going to get a hell of a lot of minutes. It does maybe make the side... Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. We might even... Oh, we need to figure this out. We need to figure this out properly and what we're going to do. So, before I sign any wingers, we've signed... I simply put this bid in hoping we might get him and then deal with it after because he's so good. He just has to come back in. So, let me deal with his formations, what we're going to do, and then we'll decide what we're doing player-wise coming in. I think this is it. I think this is what we're going to go with. It does drop Tyreek Bakinson back to the bench for Job Bellingham. He's going to absolutely hate him, I think. So, yeah, Tyreek does drop back to the bench again, but we have Bellingham and Tayshaun Oakley-Boot in midfield. Sammy goes up top with Mullen, and we get two wingers in, and Noah Carroll has got a bid in to go out on loan to Newport County and be an important first-team player. So maybe that would be better for his development as well, to get maximum minutes at a team that are a decent side as well in Newport County. I think they're in League 2. Mid-table League 2 side. Where did they finish last year? Doesn't really matter. Not really. We're going to look anyway. Why not make the video even longer? We're not going to look. I can't find it. But yeah, so he's going to go out there and get lots and lots of minutes. Job is back in the team, and I think it's just a fantastic signing. I mean, how could we not? He was a GOAT last year, and he returns. So I'm very, very happy with that. I've got 5 days to find 2 wingers. And that is very, very going to be difficult. Worst case scenario, Josh Nerfield can definitely play there. Jordan Davies, I'm not as confident as a winger on attack in that left attacking mid spot. I definitely prefer him down here. So it might be that even we have to start the first game a little bit asymmetrical, but it is what it is. We'll figure it out. I've got a few boys being scouted. One player I do really like the look of and did make an offer for that was sadly rejected was Samuel Edozie. The loan fee they want. So they want me to pay everything here, and they want 250 grand on top of that a month just to be here. So Sam Adod's not going to come in. I've got all these guys being scouted. Karamoko Coco Dembele would be a fantastic signing. It's Karamoko, not Karamoko Coco. That's just old time's sake. Julian Alvarez, another person that is being scouted. I'm not sure what these teams are going to ask for wage-wise, but we have got players we are looking at in them attacking winger spot. We've still got £1 million as well. Obviously, Ed McGinty is now our goalkeeper. We look very strong now, I think. I think we look a very good side. Season preview-wise, we've moved up to 6th. So we've definitely improved the team compared to the rest of the league. So yeah, it's just a case of finishing up the team now and getting these wingers in, and then I'll be done after about 5 hours. Well then, I'm at game day and I'm officially out of transfers. I've got one player that I'm hoping still to bring in. One player has come in since you were last here, and that is this man, Adrian Blake. Now, I think Blake as an inside forward on attack will be absolutely fantastic for us off this left wing. It is a different approach to what we were looking at going with, but I think he's going to be brilliant. He's got the flair, he's got the dribbling, he's got the crossing, he's got the finishing, he's got the pace, the composure. I think he's a fantastic signing, and I think because of how Sammy Smodics is more of a pressing forward, Blake sort of getting in these areas while Smodics does sort of occupy these, is going to be really, really key for us. The winger we're looking for, I can't lie, it's a bit of a meme. We're going to get Messi Lingard in, and if we get him, we are changing his name to Messi Lingard as well. Charlie Lingard is going to hopefully come in on loan from Blackburn. He looks decent, he doesn't look bad. Like I said, a lot of it completely for the meme. I want the title of We Signed Lingard, and Lingard did this, so that's why we're going to get Charlie in. But really, I think he is a very good player. He can cross the ball, great at dribbling, decent finishing, composure's good, and he's very, very fast and will play as a winger on attack on the right. And I think it also gives Josh Nerfield a fair shot at keeping that right wing position, because he's been brilliant for us, so we can't just drop him. So yeah, hopefully we get Charlie Lingard in, and then we'll be done. If we're going to look at the season preview just to finish up, that last signing, does it boost us? It does. It boosts us into 5th position, and I think we've got a very, very strong side here, and one that can really, really challenge. The team is a hell of a lot different to when we were here the end of last season. There's a lot of new players coming in. It might take a little bit for them to gel, but the looks of it, the team cohesion, the atmosphere, and the managerial support is all really, really good. We've got 2 fantastic leaders at the club. I mean 3 that are all very happy. Mullin, Davies and Aaron Hatton all absolutely love me, and I love them. And the highly influential wives, we've got Ben Wilson, Thomas O'Connor, Mipod Abweko and Josh Nerfield. So it's going to be difficult to keep all 4 of these happy, or 5 of these happy, including Hayden, because game time wise they might drop slightly. I really need Bernard, Welsh, Smodics, Oakley Booth, Bellingham, Ferguson and McGinty to sort of move up to that higher level, just because we want that good team cohesion. But I'm excited for this season. I think it can be a season of progress, and I really do think this season we are going to get promoted. It's going to be a difficult year. There's some very, very good teams down here in League One. Thank you so much if you've got to this point. If you've got to this point, you've noticed I'm wearing a Baltimore Ravens jersey. That is my team for the NFL. What is your team for the NFL? Put it down in the comments, just so I can see how many people have got to this point. And if you don't have a team, just put the Ravens, because they're the best anyway. So you might as well put that, and Lamar is the GOAT. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've really enjoyed this transfer special. And tomorrow, I'm not going to make you guys wait till Wednesday. It will be coming out on Tuesday. The first games of the season, Fleetwood in the league away from home, and then we travel to Bolton in the Carabao Cup. I'm very excited. I hope you guys are too. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching, and I'll speak to you all next time.